What's the best water type Pokemon? Let's find out. How's it going, everyone? Dab back again with another tier maker video. You guys liked the last one so much, I had to do another one very quickly. Special thanks to everyone who checked out that last video. Go check it out. Every fire type. It's awesome. As you can probably tell if you can read titles or look at thumbnails, we're looking at water type Pokemon today. A lot of cool water type Pokemon out there. I'm excited to get into it. Before we get started, a quick disclaimer. I know that last time I was a little bit, I like this, I don't like that, and not really explaining it. So I'm going to try to be a little bit more explanatory with my reasoning this time. Without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Starting off strong with the OG water starters. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited about this. They put the Gigantamax form before the regular form, which is so weird in this little tier maker video, but I'm gonna go in order. Squirtle. Oh my goodness, I love Squirtle. What an OG Pokemon. I really like Squirtle. I think its design is absolutely adorable. I think it's probably one of the more cuter designs out there. I think it's an A tier Pokemon for sure. Now, Wartortle, I'm not really a huge fan of its designs. I don't like the wings on its head, so it's still cool, but it's not as cool as Squirtle in my opinion. I'm gonna do regular Blastoise first before Gigantamax Blastoise. And they don't have Mega on here, do they? They don't have Mega Blastoise. I think OG Blastoise is definitely an S tier Pokemon. It's such a cool design. I absolutely love the cannons coming out of its back. Now, Mega Blastoise isn't on here. I would probably put that a little bit lower than the regular Blastoise, mainly because I like the way that the design is on the regular Blastoise more than the Mega. I don't really like the giant cannon down the middle. It's not on this list, unfortunately, and I don't really want to stop and start the video to find one that has one, so sorry about that. Gigantamax Blastoise, probably an A tier Pokemon. It would be S tier if it was facing this way a little bit more. I can't really see its face. That's my reasoning. Psyduck is an actual mood, guys. I love Psyduck a lot. I think it's a very derpy Pokemon, and I absolutely love derpy Pokemon, so I'm gonna put this guy up in A tier. Adorable. Golduck, on the other hand, I'm not a huge fan of Golduck. I don't really like how it went from this cute, adorable, derpy thing to this kind of like more rigid. I don't really like the rigid design. I'm gonna keep it in the middle. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's not my favorite though. Poliwag and the Poliwhirl and Poliwrath line are awesome. I absolutely love them. They're really, really cool. I like them a lot. Poliwag is adorable. I gotta put it in A tier Pokemon. Poliwhirl, OG Pokemon as well. I think it's an A tier Pokemon. I like the boxing gloves it has. I think it's just as cute and adorable as Poliwag. Now, Poliwrath, I don't really like it. It's too bulky for me. A little bit too jacked, I guess. I mean, I know it's a fighting type, but I don't really like it as much as Poliwhirl or Poliwag. Tentacool. Fun fact, this is my wife's first shiny Pokemon she ever found in Let's Go Pikachu. Very, very cool. I kind of like Tentacool more than Tentacruel. It's not one of my favorite Pokemon. I don't really care for the design too much, but it is still an OG Pokemon. It's still really, really cool. I think I'm going to place it middle of the line, C tier, and then Tentacruel not as much as Tentacool, so I'll put it down in D tier. First D tier Pokemon. Slowpoke is an absolute mood. I love the memes when the Slowpoke meme would be like, hey, did you hear about this thing? And it was like 10 years ago or something like that. Very, very funny. I absolutely love Slowpoke. I think it's a B tier Pokemon. It's not my favorite, and it's not close to being my favorite, so it's kind of like middle of the line, but better than like middle of the line, if that makes sense. Slowbro, they also don't have Mega Slowbro on here either, do they? Do they not have Megas? Well, they have Mega, there's Mega Swampert. Why doesn't, what? Mega Sharpedo, what's going on here? Mega Slowbro is cooler than regular Slowbro in my opinion. I don't really like regular Slowbro as much as I like Slowpoke, so I'm keeping it down just a little bit lower. I like how it's laying down, Slowpoke is. I know that's a little bit nitpicky with the sprites, but personal preference. Seal and Dewgong. Oh my gosh. Speaking of classic Pokemon, I absolutely love Dewgong. Seal has that derpy face too, so I'm tempted to put it in A tier. I'm gonna put it in B tier though, because I like Psyduck more than I like Seal, and I don't want to put them on the same platform. Dewgong I really like as well, but I'm not saying it's like an A tier Pokemon in my mind, in my opinion. This is my opinion, guys. This is my opinion. Don't forget. Shelder and Cloyster. Oh my goodness. I love Generation 1. I know that's a little bit, you know, like stereotypical. Like, people like Generation 1, but it's just so nostalgic. I grew up with these Pokemon. Now, I don't think it's the absolute best Pokemon in the world, but I think it's really, really cool. I like Shelter B tier, and Cloyster, I don't like the creepy vibes it gives off, so probably a little bit less than Shelter in my mind. It's creepy, this one's cute, you know what I mean? I like creepy, don't get me wrong. Like when we do ghost types, it's gonna be really, really cool. Like, love Gengar and stuff like that. Kingler and Krabby and Gigantamax Kingler. I'm gonna put regular Kingler first so I can just score that one first. Krabby, I'm not a huge fan of its design. Not a huge fan, not a huge fan. I don't really like how, I don't know, it just looks, kind of looks like a crab. It's a crab, I know. I don't really like it. Kingler is a little bit cooler, I will say. I like how it has one big claw. Crab Hammer's a cool move. Not a huge fan of Krabby, but I like Kingler. Mega Kingler, I like how it's like foaming into a beard. That's kind of cool. I'm going to put this one in C tier as well. Not my favorite Gigantamax form, but it's really cool. Horsey and Seadra, and Kingdra's a little bit later. I don't know why they didn't put them together. That's a little weird. But anyway, Horsey, absolutely adorable. I think it's right up there with Shelter for me. It's not as cute as Psyduck and Poliwag in my opinion, but it's definitely up there. Seadra, I think, is a really cool Pokemon. I really like the spikes on this thing. I really like Seadra. Seadra was like on my team when I was a kid. I absolutely love Seadra. It looks cool. It's gotta be on there. Goldeen. I don't really care for Goldeen too much. Goldeen, Seaking are just goldfish. I know that's what they're supposed to be, but I don't really care for it really too much. There's not much to say. I don't really like them. You know, I don't really like them. Yeah. Staryu and Starmie. Absolutely love Staryu and Starmie. Shout out to Tim BB. Great PokeTuber, go check him out. I think I like Staryu less than I like Starmie, so Staryu is probably going to go down here in C tier. Starmie is going to go up in A tier. Absolutely love Starmie. Paldean Tauros, I don't really like Paldean Tauros too much. I don't like it too much. There's something about it that just doesn't mesh well with me. I don't really like it. I guess my attempts at shiny hunting it has made me mad at it, so I guess that's my reasoning for it. Magikarp and Gyarados. Okay, we all know about Magikarp being sold in that Pokemon Center right before what do you call it? Mount Moon. I almost forgot the name of it. I absolutely love that moment in Pokemon. I think it's hilarious. They're like, haha, it's useless. But then you get a Gyarados. Gyarados is awesome. And the shiny Gyarados from Gold and Silver is super nostalgic. First shiny Pokemon everyone pretty much had. I really like Magikarp, really like Gyarados. I like Gyarados more than I like Magikarp. I'm going to put Magikarp in C tier. And I'm going to put Gyarados in S tier. You thought I was going to do A tier. I love Gyarados. I love Gyarados. So cool. And super powerful. My God, Gyarados is a monster. And also, in Pokemon Conquest, Gyarados is a monster, guys. It is ridiculous. Magikarp is so stupid weak, and then when you get that Gyarados, it's like immediately like a giant level up. It's incredible. Incredible. I'm not a huge fan of Mega Gyarados. I still think it's cool, so I'm going to leave it in B tier. It's not as cool as regular Gyarados, in my opinion. Lapras. Absolutely love Lapras. Love Lapras. I love it. It was like one of my favorites from the anime. It's one of my favorites from playing in the games. I love how you can get a Lapras in the Self Co. It's really, really cool. I absolutely love this Pokemon. A tier Pokemon for me. It would be higher if it was shiny. I love the shiny form. The purple is just a beautiful color. Not a huge fan of Gigantamax Lapras. It's still cool. I like regular Lapras more. That's why I'm placing it down one. Vaporeon, one of my favorite evolutions of all time. So I think this one is probably... I like it a lot. I like it a lot. It's going to be S tier. It's so cool. I always chose Vaporeon over Jolteon and Flareon whenever I was picking my Eevee in the original games. I absolutely love Vaporeon. Praise be to Lord Helix. Lord Helix, you have become a meme and a legend in your own right. You are an S tier Pokemon. You have to be. Just kidding. I think Ammonite's really, really cool. I like the fossils a lot in this game, but it's not an S tier Pokemon. I did that for the lulz. Omastar, really, really cool. I like it. A tier Pokemon. It's super scary looking. I like it a lot. Kabuto, I like less than Ammonite, but it's still really cool. I'm gonna keep it in the middle of the line. Kabutops, S tier Pokemon. If you remember Pokemon Heroes, Kabutops and Aerodactyl, like the zombie petrified, whatever, like that was sick. I love that so much. What a cool Pokemon. Totodile. I love Totodile. What a cool Pokemon. Absolutely adorable. A tier Pokemon for me. Croconaw. I don't like it because it just takes the cute vibes from, you know, Totodile and makes it more chubby. I don't really like that. It's a D tier Pokemon for me. Not the worst, but still not the best. Feraligatr is sick. Okay, I'm gonna put him up in A tier. He's not an S tier Pokemon, but hopefully he'll get a Mega in the new like Legends ZA game. Hopefully, we'll see. That'd be kind of sick. Chinchou and Lantern. I like it. Water electric type, very cool. I'm not really a huge fan of it, but it's not the worst Pokemon in the world. So C tier for Chinchou. Lantern, I'm gonna probably put you B tier. I like it a little bit more. It's pretty powerful. It has a pretty cool moveset. I used it a lot when I was playing Ruby and Sapphire. Cool Pokemon. And good old Peekaboo, I mean Meryl. I like Meryl a lot. I'm not a huge fan of Azurill. I'm kind of glad that it's a normal type, so it's not on this list. I know it's adorable, but I don't really like the whole whiny kind of vibe to it. I don't know. It's just me. Meryl, though, absolutely adorable. I'm going to put it up in A tier. I love the design. I love how cute it is. It's awesome. Azumarill, I like less than Meryl, but it's still really, really good. I don't know. He looks like an egg, and I don't really like that. I like them. I don't know. There's not really a good reason for it. I just don't like it as much. Politoed, Politoed, Politoed. I love Politoed. I don't like it as much as I like the Poliwhirl line, so I'm going to put it down here in B tier. Whoopie boy. Smallant will kill me if I put it in anything lower than S tier. Just kidding. Smallant doesn't know who I am. I'm going to put Wooper in A tier. He's adorable. Quagsire, absolutely love Quagsire. I like it less than Wooper though, so B tier. Slowking, I think is cooler than Slowbro. I really like Slowking. I'm gonna put it up in A tier. Not a huge fan of the design of Quillfish. I'm gonna have to put it down just a little bit lower, probably D tier. I don't know, it just looks a little weird to me. Corsola is adorable. It's a wife win, but it's not one of my favorite cute Pokemon, so I'm gonna put it down just a little bit lower than my others. Remoraid and Octillery, absolutely love these two Pokemon. Remoraid, not as much as I love Octillery. I'm gonna put it down in C tier. Octillery is an A tier Pokemon. I absolutely love it. Octazooka is a cool move. Octillery is just a cool Pokemon. Love it. Mantine, I'm not a huge fan of it. It does have Remoraid on it though, so I'm gonna not put it in F tier. It's in D tier for me. Kingdra, S tier. What a cool dragon type Pokemon. Absolutely love Kingdra. Absolutely love Kingdra. You know, younger me would have loved to put Mudkip and his whole line in S tier, but I'm not a huge fan of it anymore. I've kind of grown past Mudkip, Marshtomp, and Swampert and Mega Swampert. I don't really like it as much anymore. I'm gonna put Mudkip because it's cute in B tier. I'm gonna put Marshtomp down here in D tier because I don't like it as much. I'm gonna put Swampert in A tier because it is still a cool Pokemon. I don't like Mega Swampert, so I'm gonna put that in F tier. I don't really like it. It's too bulky, man. I don't really like it. It's just turn something kind of cool and sleek and whatever into, do you lift, bro? I don't really like it. It looks like a Chad. Lotad, Lombre, and Ludicolo. Ludicolo. I love Ludicolo. Lotad's, it's a derpy win for me. I love, it's in B tier. Love him. Lombre, I'm gonna put him a little bit less because I like him less than Lotad. Ludicolo, absolutely one of my favorite Pokemon. Not my absolute all-time favorite Pokemon, but it's definitely up there. It's up there in the top 50. It's an A tier Pokemon for sure. I like Pelipper because of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I don't really like Wingull too much, kind of basic, so I'm gonna put it down here in D tier. Pelipper, I'm gonna put up in C tier because of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon delivering the mail. About it. That's the only reasoning I'm putting it up any higher than Wingull. Surskit's adorable. I think it's a wife win, so I'll put it up here in B tier. Carvana, Sharpedo, Mega Sharpedo. Carvana's cooler than Sharpedo in my opinion. I think it looks cooler. It's like the OG Team Aqua Pokemon. I'm gonna put this up in A tier. I love the design. I love how it sounds, like the name sounds like that car thing too. Carvana, or is it Carvana? I don't even know. Whatever, don't at me in the comments. I don't want to talk about pronunciation. Sharpedo's less cool, but it's still really cool. Mega Sharpedo, I don't really like how like Hot Topic it looks, so I'm putting it down in F tier. It looks like Hot Topic. Wailmer and Wailord. Oh goodness. Oh my goodness. Wailmer, C tier because it's cuter than Wailord. D tier because it's not as cute as Wailord. That's my reasoning. Barboach, I don't really care for Barboach too much. I think this is like the laziest design. I know it's supposed to be simple, but I don't really like it. I'm gonna put this monster in C tier. An earthquake from a Wish Cache is gonna hurt. Corphish. Corphish and Crawdont. I love them. Corphish, that derpy win for me, man. I absolutely love it. Anime, so much fun. I love having Ash had Corphish. I love how he had it. I loved having a Corphish. Crawdont, I'm not a huge fan of Crawdont. Not a huge fan of it. It's gonna go to C tier for me. Feebas gets such a bad rep, man. Feebas, you're so ugly, man. You're so ugly. It's the same kind of thing for Magikarp for me. You evolve into something cool. Milotic, A tier Pokemon. I hope they give it a Mega. Oh my gosh, that'd be so cool. My wife loves Spheal. I love Spheal. I love it shiny. A tier. Celio, annoying, especially in Legends. Cannot stand Celio. It's not as bad as Walrein though in design, so I'm gonna put Walrein in F tier and Celio in D tier. You know, if you played Legends, you know what I'm talking about with this guy. Clamperl, don't really like Clamperl too much. Not a huge fan of the design. Huntail, I don't really care for it as well. Gorobus, cuter than the two, so I'm gonna put it up in D tier. Relicanth, this dude is a monster in Dynamax Adventures, and I think for that I'm gonna put him up in B tier. I didn't really care for him growing up, and it was hard to find, and it was annoying for the Reggie trio like puzzle to try to find. I would put him higher because of Dynamax Adventures, but I'm mad at him from my childhood. Love-Disc is pointless. It should have evolved into Alomola. Like, look at them side by side. I'm not putting it in F tier, but look at it. They're the same. Kyogre is not as cool as Groudon. I said it. It's legendary, so it's going in B tier. Not as cool as Groudon. Primal Kyogre is cooler than regular Kyogre. It's going in A tier. Piplup is adorable. It's a wife win. Gotta put it up in A tier. It's cute. Prinplup, hate the design. Can't stand it. Can't stand it. I don't know, these little haunches on his head kind of just rub me the wrong way. Empoleon, S tier. Sick Pokemon. Absolutely sick Pokemon. It's so cool. Water Steel type, cool type, sick design. Love it. Hopefully they give him a Mega in the new ZA. My God, that would be cool. Bibarel, I forgot your water type. Weasel is so cool. I like it more than Floatzel. I'll go ahead and tell you that. I'm going to put Weasel in B tier, and Floatzel, I'm going to put you in C tier. Like I said, I don't like it as much as Weasel. I like Pokemon Ranger, the movie, and I think that Weasel is really cool because of that movie. Floatzel, I don't really like the design as much. Blue Shellos and Blue Gastrodon are not as good as Pink Shellos and Pink Gastrodon. Change my mind. I think they're still cool, but they're both C tier. I think the Pink Shellos is A tier, and Gastrodon Pink is absolutely S tier. Love the design. Crazy cool Pokemon. Love it. Competitively fun to use. Love it. Cannot get enough of Gastrodon. Finneon, Lumenion, not a huge fan of. I think they're just kind of there. Lumenion, I'll put a tier higher. Whatever. Mantike, I forgot you existed, and it's adorable. I'll put it up here with C tier, I guess. Rotom Wash, S tier. Don't disrespect Billy Mays. Don't disrespect Billy Mays. One of the best competitive Pokemon I've ever used. I love the design. Washing Machine Rotom is so freaking cool. Love it. My gosh. Pain Split, Will-O-Wisp, Thunder Wave, Dark Pulse, Hydro Pump, Shadow Ball. Sick Pokemon. Oh, goodness. Palkia. I love Palkia. I think it's a really cool Pokemon. I played Pearl before I played Diamond, mainly because Diamond wasn't on the shelf when my mom bought it for me. I don't really care for the origin form hardly at all. So it's going down in D tier. Sorry. Fione and Manaphy. Fione, I forgot existed. It's mythical though, so I'll put it up here. As it comes to Manaphy, I'm going to go ahead and put his. I'm going to put Manaphy as a mythical. I'm going to put it in B tier. Not B. Oshawott is adorable. Like I said, A tier. Cool Pokemon. Love it. Duat, not as big of a fan, but still cool. Samurott, F tier. Hisuian Samurott, cooler than that, D tier. Hate me or not, I don't really like the Pan and Simi Pokemon. Pan and Simi Pokemon are not really that great to me. Panpour is cuter than Simipour, so I'm putting it higher, D and F tier. The Seismitoad line is cool. They're not really my favorites though, so I'm gonna put them like this. Hoppatoad is definitely F tier. The Seismitoad's definitely F tier as well. And it sucks in that. I can't even tell the difference between Hisuian and regular Basculin. They're all crappy. I have to move my list down. I can't see the Pokemon anymore. You know, fossils are really cool, but I don't really care for these two so much. Let's do this. Let's do C tier and let's do D tier. I like Ducklet more than I like Swanna, so I'm gonna put a B tier and I'll put Swanna down here in C tier. I don't really care for Pink Frillish at all, and Jellicent at all, but the blue one looks cooler. I'm gonna put it up in B tier for Frillish, and Jellicent I'm gonna move down because I don't really care for the mustache. Alomola should have been the evolution of freaking, what is it called? Love-Disc. It's still a crappy design. I like regular Keldeo more than I like Resolute Keldeo. Resolute Keldeo is not as good. I don't really like the derpy form. You might hate me for saying this, but I don't really like Froakie as much. It's not as adorable as it could be. Frogadier is not as cool, but Greninja is definitely up there. A tier Pokemon. I think the Ash Greninja, Battle Bond Greninja is S tier for sure though. I just think it's cool. Binacle and Barbinacle, don't really care about these guys too much. They're not awful, but they're not great. They're just gonna go bottom of the line for me. Dragalge's cooler, but it's not a water type, so Skrelp, sorry buddy. Clauncher line, don't really care for them too much either. I will say the evolved form, what is it, Clauncher, and then that's Clawitzer, right? I don't even know their names that well. That's how bad I am at this. but also that's how much I don't care about them. That's where they are for me, sorry. Volcanion, you already know how I feel about Volcanion. You've watched the last video, you understand. Popplio, I don't really care for Popplio at all, dude. I don't really care for it. It's D tier for me, for sure. D tier for me. Now for its evolutions, I like Primarina more, so I'm gonna put Primarina up here. Here's C tier, I don't really care for it. Regular form Wishy-Washy, not great. The school form though, I think you probably are A tier. It's really, really cool. Love the school form, kind of a neat design. Marini and Toxapex. Marini, I don't really care for. I don't really like its design, not really great, hard to find. Toxapex, I think is a cool Pokemon. Liquidation is a monster from this thing. Toxic is a monster from this thing. Don't want to mess with it. I hate Dewpider and Arachnid. Or however you say Araquanid. Hate it. Can't stand it. Can't stand it. Don't like spiders. Wimpod and Golisopod. I like Golisopod, but I don't really care for Wimpod too much. I'm gonna put Wimpod down here and I'm gonna put Golisopod up here in C tier. Yukumuku, I don't like this thing at all. I think I should, but I don't. I don't know, there's something about it I just don't like. Can't describe it. Bruxish, this thing's ugly. This thing's ugly. One of the ugliest Pokemon to ever exist. Tapu Fini's cool. I like Tapu Fini. A tier Pokemon for sure. For sure. The Tapus are all cool. Now you're gonna probably hate me for this, but I think the Inteleon line are all F tier. I think they're all F tier. I think it's just the worst designed Pokemon. I don't like it a lot. This Gigantamax form, I guess, is cooler, but I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know, I just don't like it. There's not much more to say about it. They're just not good. Choodle and Dreadnought have since grown on me, but I mean, I don't know, man. Choodle's not as cool as Dreadnought. Choodle, D tier, Dreadnought I'll put up in B tier. Gigantamax, I don't really care for this as well, so I'm gonna put it down in D tier. I don't know, just don't like it. I don't like it. It's a ripoff of Blastoise in my mind. I don't know. Primarina, you're a meme. I'm gonna put you up in B tier. Arrokuda and Barraskewda, God, these are annoying. I don't like Arrokuda as much as Barraskewda, so I'll put them middle of the line, but Barraskewda can be higher. Dude, Fishious Ren from a Dracovish is no freaking joke. It's derpy, and I like that, like in the design. I don't really like the other fossils too much, but Fishious Ren is crazy. I don't even know what this one is. Arctivish? I don't even know what this one is. Basculegion, I'm not a huge fan of. So Quaxly had the potential to be really cool. I think Quaxly is an A tier Pokemon, but I think its evolutions are absolute utter garbage. Garbaggio. They suck. I cannot stand it. It makes me mad looking at it. I had this, I don't know. I had this great hope for Quaxly. I don't know, and then this is what we got. Wiglet and Wugtrio kind of, didn't live up to my expectations. I was hoping they'd be like the, Paldean version of Diglett, like the Paldean form. I can't even tell the difference between Finizen and Palafin. I can't even tell the difference. I'm gonna put them both down here because I can't even tell the difference. Whatever form of this is cooler, I guess. Veluza's annoying. Dude, trying to just surf through that glitchy area in Scarlet and Violet is the most annoying thing in the world. The Donzo is cool, has a cool shiny. Not the favorite Pokemon in the world, but it's definitely up there in B tier. Tatsugiri, which one's my favorite Tatsugiri? Probably the orange one. I'll say pink one next in C tier, and I'll say the yellow one is probably down in D tier. Okay, last but not least is Iron Bundle. I forgot this thing was a water type. I'm not a huge fan of Iron Bundle. All right, well, this is my list, guys. What do you guys think of this? This is really, really cool. I had a lot of fun making this list. I hope this was fun for you and enjoyable for you. Let me know if you disagree with my comments or my reasoning down in the comment section down below. I tried to be a little bit more like explanatory with my stuff, You might disagree with me, and that's fine. That's the beautiful thing about being human, so be kind down in the comments. Special thank you to the members of the Fus Force. Your names are appearing on screen right now. I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your support on our recent videos. Really do appreciate you. If you'd like to become a member of the Fus Force and you want to get really cool merch, check it out. Click that join button down in the description below and check out our link to our merch shop. Special thank you to my channel regulars for always leaving comments and likes on everything. I really do appreciate you. As we get a little bit more attention on our channel through these videos, just know that your support came first, and I appreciate you. If I ever get like really big at this, I'm never going to forget you guys, and I hope you know that. I think that's about it for me, so have yourself an incredible rest of your day, but above all else, stay excellent to each other. I'll see you on the next video.